And I would say, let's tune in. Let's actually start this match. Unfortunately, you can see it's already 1-0 in favor of Pia because the stream started a bit too late, but we still have plenty of racks to watch. And yeah, let's go straight into it. I think here Pia didn't make a ball on the break and left me with this layout. So of course, I have to play a push out here. Still trying to find a way where I can leave her an open view on the 1 ball. That's my plan. I think I'm going to push down here, maybe make the 2 ball. I can't remember. This has been like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Was really an intense match, really a fun match. I was really feeling the pressure in the beginning. In the end, it got a bit better. But yeah, we will see all of that in this live stream. Well, how many people are here? That's really insane. So many people. So great to finally see you in the chat and interact with you. That's amazing, actually, and a really, really good way to get to know you a bit better. Here, as you can see, I played the push out, left her an open shot on the 1 ball. Of course, no direct shot would be insane to try to cut it in. So I think she played a safety here, trying to just split the balls. Probably a long rail, as you can see. This is a very, very common safety shot that you're seeing here. And she actually managed to bring the 8-ball in between, which was perfectly executed. So have 2 options here. Of course, I'm trying to kick 1 or maybe 2 rails onto the 2-ball, onto the 1-ball. That's the most obvious route. But I have the decision if I'm going to play it hard, hope for the best, maybe call the 1-ball into the pocket where I'm standing, or if I'm just playing it super soft, because as you can see, the 4-ball is blocking the path for the 1-ball. If I just play it really soft, of course, she will see that 1-ball, but she can't really do anything offensive, and that's what I did. And this turned out really perfectly. Of course, she could play the same safety now, which she, I think, will do. As I mentioned, this has been 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't watched this video so far. Just watching it for the first time with you. So I don't really know what happens every time. So this is going to be interesting for not only you, but also me. So, let's have a look at the chat. I hope, by the way, let me know if the quality of the video is good, if the quality of my voice is good, because YouTube says me it has a bit of problems with buffering, but I hope everything works and you can watch everything and see everything just fine. And yeah, many people here. So again, as you can see, she returned the favor. I have basically the same shot. Now I think it's time to hit the 1-ball a bit harder. I called the 1-ball into the corner pocket. And on 10-ball, very, very important. When you're playing 10-ball, you always want to call the ball that you're kicking at into any pocket, or some ball into any pocket, because if I make the ball, I can continue my run. If I don't make the ball, it doesn't really matter, so never call a safety. I actually made a video for that. It's not that easy to explain. I'm explaining that to some people of my local club sometimes, and they still don't get it 100%, but the message is never call a safety in 10-ball, always call a ball somewhere, because you will only benefit from it. So I made contact. I left a long 1-ball here. You can see really the second rack starting with an intense safety battle. Of course, she could try to actually cut that 1-ball into the corner pocket, but she will run into the 5-ball. The cue ball will probably, yeah, hit top of the side pocket. So it's really a difficult shot. It's not easy to get position on the 3-ball. I don't even know if the 3-ball passes the 8-ball. So the safety shot here is definitely the right choice. Which she played, wasn't really good. She left me kind of a shot on the 1-ball. I have 2 options now. I could either cut it into the lower left corner pocket here and maybe even run into that 3-ball, or I can also play it into the other corner pocket, which doesn't really offer any benefit here, because yeah, as I mentioned, I think the 3-ball doesn't pass, and even if the 3-ball does pass the 8-ball, it's a really difficult shot. Position is difficult. That's why I'm trying to play another safety here. So again, I'm trying to split the balls, long rail, and on top I'm trying to bring the cue. And yeah, this was in Germany in Sindelfingen, which is close to Stuttgart. Maybe you know Stuttgart. It's a bigger city here in Germany, not that far away from my hometown, like a 3-hour ride. And I really played solid in the group stage, qualified for the last 64 out of 256 players. I'm already in the money. But I mean, if I win this match, I didn't know it at that point, but if I'm winning this match, as I mentioned, I'm playing against Francisco Bustamante, who is also here on the tournament, and some more German pro players, so really a strong field that one was. I think one of the strongest fields we had so far in Germany. I mean, it's a big tournament, but in Germany we don't really often have that many real pros like Pia Filler, for example, playing those tournaments. So it's really great to actually have played in a tournament. And yeah, Pia played a good kick shot here, but I think she actually left me a shot on the one ball. So my first open shot, I'm not sure, I think it was my first open shot in the whole match, because I think she actually broke and run the first game. So yeah, my first chance. Let's see if I can actually do something good with it. So didn't do too much with the cue ball, just played it in. If I'm hitting the 10 ball, I'm having a shot on the free ball. If I'm hitting the 6 ball full, I'm having a shot. But this turned out really, really nice. I think I also have an angle to go into the short rail and then to the center of the table for that 4 ball. But to be fair, I'm really, really nervous at this point. I'm not too sure if you're actually seeing that on my stroke, if I'm not finishing my stroke, for example. But you can see it here, how the cue ball ended a bit too short, makes things a bit more difficult. The 9 is a bit of a blocker here, so I could either try to bump into the 9 ball, but I have to be careful that the 9 ball doesn't go in the way of that, what is it, the 5 ball, the 4 ball in front of the side pocket. So this is the next ball. Or I could try to pass the 9 ball, but then I have to be careful that I don't get behind that 9 ball. So let's see what happens. I'm bumping into the 9 ball. Yeah, and I'm pushing it right in front of the 4 ball. So you can see it in my body language. I'm not amused. This wasn't really good. So first chance, and we already blew it. But we're still at the beginning of the match, so everything's fine. Trying to kick 1 rail and maybe even leave the cue ball behind the 9 ball. And as you can see, I called that 4 ball, or is it the 6 ball, I think, into the corner pocket, because there is a chance to actually make that ball. And if I don't call it and have an open shot on the 6 ball afterwards, I regret it. A good kick shot, yeah, a bit too hard. 5 ball on the short rail would have been amazing, but now I left her an open shot. And let's see if she actually can run out this rack. Sound is cutting out every other second. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. I, at this point, have no idea what I can change, because very first live stream, not experienced in doing live streams. So yeah, hopefully maybe refresh the video. Sounds good to you? For you, sound is okay. Okay, just refresh it, and then it hopefully works for you as well. So she played a good shot on the 5 ball, world all around the world, and has now a really, really nice chance to make it 2-0. I think she actually has to go all around again for that 7 ball into the side pocket. I don't know what the exact angle is. Okay, sound is good. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Appreciate it. Let's have a look what she's doing here. Oh yeah, nice and smooth follow shot. Nice position on the 7 ball. Now the only thing you have to be a bit careful of is that the 9 ball doesn't go into the way between the cue ball and the 8 ball. This is very important. If she gets a nice position on the 8 ball, she's out and can make it 2-0. So yeah, I didn't expect either that we two are going to play, and I didn't know that Pia and Joshua were actually going to the tournament, but it was really nice to see those two there and watch their games, especially, of course, Joshua is a real beast on the table, I think he was playing actually on the table behind us, as you can probably see a small portion of. There was Joshua Filler playing, and yeah, it was nice to see them there. Also, seeing Francisco Bustamante there was amazing. He actually played an amazing match against Joshua. I will maybe pin the video link to this match in the comment section, because this is really an amazing match and really great to see those two battle. So yeah, it was a great tournament. I really enjoyed it, and especially playing against Pia. The very first time was actually also really interesting, and yeah, a really big mental challenge for me as well. No, this is single elimination. We played group stage first with I think 32 people per group with double elimination, and I think the first 8 people of every group made it to the final 64. So 8 groups out of 32 people. 8 times 8 equals 64, so this is the last 64 here. Yeah, of course, makes sense for them. They're German, it's not that far away from them, from their hometown, so it makes sense to go there. But most of the time, as you know, they're traveling all around the world, playing money matches, show matches, playing in big tournaments. But it was nice to see them there, yeah. Yeah, and of course, I'm trying to attend as many local tournaments as possible, trying to grow as a player. As you all know, I'm doing YouTube full-time, and I'm making a living out of doing videos, out of doing coaching, and not as a player. But on the other hand, I just enjoy and love playing pool so much, and I want to grow as a player. That's why I'm going to all the local tournaments, but I just can't afford to travel around the world, travel to the USA, travel to the Philippines, play some money matches there, play tournaments. I would really love to do that, to be honest, but I just can't do it, because then I can't produce videos for you, lessons for you. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not making any money, and I'm not good enough to make it on the pro stage or make enough money as a pool player. So yeah, I'm playing my local tournaments. Of course, I will be at the Derby City this year, which is more of a vacation for me. Of course, I'm playing there, but it's yeah, it's going to be a great time there. And yeah, of course, I would wish or love to play more tournaments, but it just doesn't work. And I started way too late to play pool. I started to really play pool when I was 21, I think. And with 22, I joined a pool club here in my hometown, and for 6 years I'm playing competitively. This means playing in the league and playing tournaments. So I'm not having a lot of experience, and just started way too late to make it as a pro player, unfortunately. But I still love the game. I still enjoy playing the game, and that's for me the most important thing. And I can make a living out of doing pool videos, which is great. Okay, what happened here? I completely missed the match so far, so I think she made a ball, yeah, the 9 ball, and she can see that 1 ball. If so, she can actually play a safety behind that 4 ball, which she did. This was a really good shot, but the good news is she left me a jump shot, because the distance between the cue ball and the 4 ball is they are far in. That's the problem with live streams, because English is not my native language. They are far apart, so I can actually jump the balls. The good news is I think the 1 ball also passes into the corner pocket. So of course I'm going to call the 1 ball. If I'm hitting it either too thin or too fat, I also have a good chance of a resave. So there are a lot of good things that actually can happen. And this is also a very, very important thing in pool. You can't always control exactly what is going to happen, especially on kick shots, on jump shots. But you can play the shots in a way where you can give yourself a lot of good outcomes, playing it with the right speeds, the right shot, the right path. Then you can either hit it too thin or too thick, or just make it, and some good things can happen. I don't really know what will happen here, because I don't remember, so let's have a look if I'm actually proving my point. Yeah. The good news is something good happened, because she can't make that 1 ball. The bad news is I'm probably will be faced with a really, really deadly lock-up safety right now, because I think all she has to do is just play a stop shot, freeze the cue ball behind that 2 ball, and I have a really, really difficult shot. So this is really, it's just a race to 8, by the way. So if she goes up 3-0, this would be horrible, because this is, by the way, winner breaks format, and she's really capable of running 1, 2, maybe even 3 racks. So it's really important that I finally get this first point on the board, also for my mental condition, for my confidence. And yeah, she left me a really, really difficult kick shot. So I think the only path that was available here, as you can see me measuring, is going into the short rail, right where the magic ball rack is, then going into the long rail, the other short rail, and then into the 1 ball. The 4 ball is also a problem ball, because if the 4 ball wouldn't be there, I would actually have a bigger target on the 1 ball, because I can also catch that short rail and then make contact with the 1 ball. So the 4 ball actually takes a bit of the position area, or the margin for error away. So let's see what I'm doing. Sharivari's doppelganger. Who's that? Do I have actually a doppelganger? I think what's his name? Michael Gavenciak. Do you know this guy? If you don't, a lot of people actually told me that I look exactly like him and that I have the same style as him. And I actually saw, one time I saw a video of him on a tournament, and I just saw him from the back, and I was actually thinking that's me playing. Then I read that it wasn't me, but him. So yeah, this is one of my doppelgangers. As you can see here, by the way, the 4 ball was in the way. Without the 4 ball, I would have hit that 1 ball, and now I gave her ball in hand, and she's very capable of running those balls, a couple of balls out. So yeah, not a really good start for me, to be honest. Yeah, 71 being playing 55 years, and I learn something every day. Yeah, that's the beauty about pool. You never quit learning. There is so much to learn, not only the technical aspect of the game, but also the strategic aspect, the breaking, the mental game, the experience, your body language. This is just such an amazing game. I can't believe, or I'm wondering why not more people are playing it. I think that the problem with pool is that it's really, really difficult to learn and to start with pool. First of all, you don't even know how to hold the cue stick. Then you have to worry about making balls. And in my opinion, the fun only begins when you are able to make balls consistently, and if you're starting to work the cue ball around, drawing the cue ball, following, playing the right speed. Before that, it's just so difficult, and it doesn't make that much fun if you're still struggling, and it takes probably around 1 year to get to that point where it really starts to become fun. So that's maybe one of the reasons why not a lot of people, at least here in Germany, are playing pool. I don't know how it's in the States. I think it's more popular. And of course in the Philippines, but here in Germany it's not really popular. I think around 1% of my viewers on this channel are actually from Germany. So yeah, I would love to be more often in the US or in the Philippines. The derby is starting, I think, on 20th of January. I don't know, my flight goes on 19th of January. So yeah, don't have the date in my head, but just Google it. You will definitely find the website there, and you can look it up. Okay, Pia still looking pretty good here. Nice shot. Now 4 ball into the side pocket. Then 6 to the 7. Yeah, she is a bit off angle, so she probably either has to go around a couple of rails, 1, 2, 3 rails, or just roll it in with inside spin, hold for the 6 ball, take a bit of a longer shot. This is personal preference. I would try to go around. Yeah, she's measuring where she wants to leave the cue ball. So let's see what she's doing here. I really like her style, by the way. She's very composed, her pre-shot routine, how she walks around the table. I really like her stroke. You can see locking in, doing her pre-strokes, that nice pause. You can see that really, really straight cue action. And oh, she saved herself behind that 8 ball. Okay, yeah, a bit more right spin, a bit lower would have been nice. That way she could have avoided the 8-ball. But this was always risky with this kind of shot. So she is going to jump for the very first time in this match. So let's see how this turns out. You got 5 friends into pool, that's amazing. The more people are playing pool, the better it is for the game, for the sport. The more it will grow. So yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, Pia is really tough. As I mentioned, she's really. I remember seeing her matches on YouTube, or I don't know, a couple of years ago. Now compared to seeing how she's playing now, she really improved. I mean, of course, you're playing pool full time. You're playing with one of the best, or not the best player in the world. You're practicing with Joshua. So yeah, perfect conditions, and she played an amazing jump shot, to be honest. Not only did she make the 6-ball, she also got a position on the 7-ball, so this was a really, really great shot. Now she has a bit of a tester with that 7-ball, a long 7-ball, where you probably just want to follow, go into the long rail, into the short rail, then to the center of the table. Of course, you could play it low right and also just stun out. This is, again, a bit of personal preference, depending how you feel. Some people like to follow the ball in this kind of shot, some like to stun it in, and she decided to follow it in. And you can see fundamentals are really key in pool. Just have a straight stroke, just follow through the cue nicely, and you will make those long shots more consistently than ever before. So fundamentals are something you should always work on, and I, for example, working on my fundamentals for already 5 years, and I'm still far away from what I'm trying to achieve, or from what I'm trying to do. Here, however, she hit a bit too high on the cue ball, so she's left with that more difficult 10-ball. So I'm sitting in my chair and thinking, well, if she's going to miss a ball, that's the first ball she's going to miss. That's the one. This can actually give me a chance to get into the match. The bad news, however, is if she's missing that ball thick, she's missing actually on the pro side, and if she's playing it with the right speed, the cue ball will stay somewhere in the kitchen, the 10-ball goes to the short rail, and will have no shot. So let's look what happens. She missed the shot, she played it too hard. You can see if the balls would have stopped now, it would have been perfect. But now, I finally, if I'm making the 10-ball, get my first point on the board. And yeah, I think this should be very doable. I was really, really positive to make that 10-ball here. And finally on the board, this was the 10-ball I needed to finally make my first point in this match. Yeah, she definitely shoots confidently. Looks really great what she's doing on the table. As I just mentioned, it was really a fun match, and just watching her play was really, really fun. So yeah, I enjoyed it. There we go. Really nice. Joshua drills her daily, no pun intended or anything. He trains her well. Yeah, I think so too. Joshua is probably a great trainer, knows really a lot about the game. Oh, we have Tobias Hoyes in the chat room. Come on, Schickling, you can do it. Yes, I can do it. Thanks, Tobias. No, I'm not 195. I'm actually 193, which equals 6.3. Alright, let's have a look at the break. Really made a lot of balls, and I have a really nice shot on the free ball. So this was actually a very good first break for me. Have an open table, there's basically nothing that can go wrong. Almost straight shot on the free ball, leads perfectly to the 4-ball, which is, by the way, the one to the right of the free ball. I know you can't really see the difference in the video. I can't either, but I remember the layout, so I can tell you I have to go to the ball next to the free ball, on the right side of the free ball, and then to the one in front of the side pocket. And almost missed that, but played it at pocket speed. Now just going to play some low left, past the center of the table to have a nice shot on that 5 ball into the side pocket. This looks perfect. Now the big question is, what do I do with the 6 and the 9 ball? The 9 ball obviously goes into the side pocket, but the side pocket from this angle is really too small. So I'm probably just going to roll that 5 ball in, have an angle on the 6 ball where I can afterwards play short side on the 9 ball and play it into the lower right corner pocket from our perspective. Hey, my buddy, little Chris is here. Yeah, it's amazing. I really can't believe that I'm actually live streaming. To be honest, I was really nervous before I started the stream because it's just a total different story to do all of this live in just one take. I told the people before that the thing I struggle most when I'm doing my videos is that I'm messing my text up that often. So I have to record over and over again. But I mean, it's a live stream. Yeah, we're just going to have a good time, hopefully. So yeah, good to see you here. Watched many of your live streams as well. And now it's my first live stream. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I actually was practicing the intro and talking a bit with the camera before I actually started the live stream, just to have a bit of a practice what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, so I did like 10-15 minutes of practice talking into the camera in just one take, and yeah, hopefully it's watchable, it's enjoyable for you guys. And here we have my first break and run of the match if I'm making the 10 ball, which I should probably do. And suddenly we have it 2-2. So this is the amazing thing about pool. Remember, she just got a bit out of line on the 10 ball. She could have made it 3-0 with her own break because it's winner break. Maybe another break and run would have been 4-0. And now suddenly it's 2-2 and I'm breaking. So every single ball really counts, even in a race to 8, which seems like a pretty long race, to be honest. But every single ball is important because especially in the winner breaks format. So yeah, let's see. The problem is my 10 ball break is really not good. I mean, the one we just saw was good, but my 10 ball break is really weak because I'm not playing a lot of 10 ball. Mostly I'm just playing 9 ball. I don't know, I'm just enjoying 9 ball that much. So I'm actually a bit scared to break hard, so you will see me breaking a bit softer, just trying to hit the 1 ball square. Because when I'm trying to hit it super hard, make the cue ball hop, for example, I add spin to the cue ball and the cue ball just hits a small portion of the 1 ball because it drifts off to the left, to the right. So this will actually have less effect than just hitting it softer and hitting the 1 ball square or full in the face. All right, we have a shot on that 1 ball. Look at the 1 ball. No, we don't have a shot on the 1 ball. I can't believe this ball dropped. I was already walking to my chair, preparing to go from the 1 to the 3 ball, and then it just dropped. That's really insane. So now I have no shot on the 3 ball, and I have to play a push out. I remember this rack. So what I'm doing is, yeah, I want to push to this side of the table. My plan is that I will try to cross bank the 3 ball from that position into the side pocket, use the 9 ball to stop the cue ball and hopefully have a position on the 4 ball. I know she could do the same, but I just left her this open shot. If she pulls it off, well, she deserves it. If she gives it back and I pull it off, I deserve it. And yeah, let's see what happens. Taking my time, but yeah, that's what I have in mind. So let's actually see what she does, what she has in mind. I mean, I can understand if she gives it back because the safety is a bit risky if you're trying to just graze the 3 ball or hit it a bit fuller. Bring the cue ball to the short rail. You leave the 3 ball in open space. So that's why she probably gives it back, just because of that and because she just doesn't favor the bank shot. But yeah. That was my intention when I pushed, so I'm going all in for that. Either I make it and hopefully leave myself a shot, or I'm not going to make it. And maybe when you're playing an offensive shot, there is also the possibility that it's going to end up safe, so you don't always leave an open shot if you miss a ball. Hey Chris Heinz, thanks a lot, man, I appreciate it. And hope my instructional videos are helping. Team Twitch. Yeah, I know. Twitch is probably the more popular platform, but I'm just clueless when it comes to live streams. I know how to edit videos, how to record videos with my phone, but doing live streams is a total different story for me. I don't even have the possibility to go to the table and talk with you while I'm at the table right now because I have to buy a wireless headset and stuff like that. I already talked to little Chris about it. He really gave me some good advice what I need to buy for that. So maybe you will see me doing some live streams on the table in the future. We will see. If I'm doing it, I will want to do it very professional with, yeah. Oh, we completely missed the match because I just was looking at the chat. So I remember I pulled the free ball off, left myself a shot on the 4-ball, and then I missed the 4-ball. And I mean, look at this rack. Now I have a great position on the 5-ball. The 5-ball leads to the 6-ball. The 6-ball leads to the 8-ball. 8, 9, 10. This was the match-winning shot, and I missed it. And now I gave her the chance to get back into the match. Could have been the second run in a row. And now she can actually make it 3-2 instead of me. And I remember when I was down, I was like, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if this ball is really going to drop, but the pockets are big. Yeah, it's going to work out. And then I missed it thick, just like I had in my mind. So yeah, this is probably what she's doing here. Let me check that real quick before we continue. Okay, bumped into the 10-ball, so she has a shot on the 6-ball. Could have been a bit easier, but at least he has a shot. Yeah, but that's probably the reason that I'm not really experienced in competing that much, because if you have something in mind that you're probably going to miss it thick, then what should you do? Of course, you should stand up, but I just didn't do it, and this is a mistake if you're competing more that you, I think, definitely not going to do. So yeah, I missed a shot, I missed my chance, and let's see what she's doing. She's not out yet. Yeah, it's still difficult. And just as I said it, she missed that 6-ball, which was not an easy shot. But look at the 6 and the 8-ball. I'm not too sure if the 6-ball passes, if you're just playing it plain center or just with follow. So I actually made a video for that exact situation. If you can't make the 6-ball with no spin, you can actually use some inside spin, which is right spin here. The right spin will actually grab that 6-ball and throw it a bit from your perspective to the right. So that way I can hit a bit thinner and still make the 6-ball into the pocket. Of course, from that distance, it's not easy to actually play that with inside spin. But I think I'm going to take this one on. No, I'm not going to the Poland World Championship. I'm just going to the Derby City Classic, and that's it for the international tournaments. Here, you can see with that inside spin, of course, I had to go to short side position with the 8-ball, a bit close to the rail. Good news is I just have to roll the 8-ball in, cue ball center of the table, and everything's fine. So this is a ball you should practice. Cue ball off the rail, you just have to make those kind of shots because they come up so often that the cue ball ends up frozen to the rail or close to the rail, especially on the money ball. And here a really, really nice shot on the 9-ball. Could either play, well, I don't like the inside spin shot, just low right. Trying to avoid that side pocket, and because I try to avoid the side pocket, I just have a bit too much angle on the 10-ball, but this should be very doable. This is also a shot you must make if you want to win against Pia Filler, of course. So, the spin-induced throw myth drives me nuts. There's no such thing. Yeah, it is. There is actually such a thing. You can check my videos, you can check Dr. Dave's videos. Well, maybe it's called a different way, maybe it's a different effect, but it's a fact that if you're hitting a ball with, in that case, a right spin, the 6-ball will go to the right. If you're hitting it with left spin, the 6-ball will go to the left. You can just throw balls on the table, use some stickies to mark them, play those shots, and you will definitely see the difference. Oh yeah, that That one ball dropped after 4 seconds. If there would have been, yeah, there's the rule with after 5 seconds it gets respotted. Yeah, and if you're making a shot and it drops after 6 seconds, you didn't make the shot because it has to drop within 5 seconds. Yeah, I know the rule. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I did win the rack, which is fine. You can see a bit of a... Well, I didn't hit the one full in the face. The cue ball drifted a bit to the left, but I got a bit of an unlucky kiss, which you probably deserve if you don't hit the one ball full in the face. So, yeah, nothing to complain about. And she has another open rack. Let's see if she can actually run this one and make it 3-3. Joshua is going to be mad at me. I don't think so. I don't think so. By the way, it's really, I must say, it's really a lot of fun doing this live stream thing. I really start to enjoying this, watching or reading through the chat. Of course, I'm all by myself here, but I have the feeling that I'm here with you, which is amazing. So yeah, I could imagine that this is going to be a more frequent thing. Okay, just drew it back for the 2-ball. She has to use her extension. Where is the 3-ball? This is an important shot. This is actually a key shot. You have to see from the 2-ball to the 3-ball, which is the ball next to the 8. So I'm wondering what she's doing. Maybe follow with some left spin. Or just go straight through the gap between the 4 and the 5. Let's see. That one going to this side. Yeah, that was a great shot. Nice speed control. You see you're crossing the line. You still have a bit of margin for error, but this was really perfect speed control. Now the big question is, I think the 4-ball, yeah, is the one next to the 10-ball. So she can just stun over. Would be nice to have the angle where you're actually going towards the 5-ball, not away from the 5-ball. But it's really difficult to distinguish the 4, 5 and 7-ball. I think the 7-ball is the one next to her hand. Then we have the 4-ball here and the 5-ball here. Yeah. Give me a year and I will also start attending those tournaments because your videos are a great shot in my practice. Yeah, would be great. I mean, the thing is, the earlier you start to compete in tournaments, the better it is, even if you don't have a chance to win this tournament or get deep in the field. But it's just such a great experience and such an important thing to improve as a player. Because you can practice for 5 or 10 years all by yourself in your basement. Then you're going to tournaments and you won't win a single match probably, because it's just a total different story. The mental game is so huge. By the way, nice bank shot here with a nice position, just a bit soft, so she has a bit of a longer shot on that 6-ball. So again, I think in the previous rack she also missed that 6-ball. So let's see what she's going to do here. But yeah, competing in tournaments is just an important part of your development as a player. And I really wished I would have started to compete in tournaments right from the beginning, even when I was still a real rookie. But just the experience, the pressure in matches, the mental aspect, playing against different people in different settings, different venues, with people watching you is just so huge. So yeah, start as soon as you can with playing tournaments if you want to grow as a player and want to play competitively one day. Okay, let's have a look at that 6-ball. Yeah, again, difficult one. She tried to force the cue ball around and missed that 6-ball. Well, the good news is she didn't really leave me a shot. I think I have a couple of options. I could either play the bank shot, which don't really offers me any position. I could just grace the 6-ball fin, play it onto the 8-ball, bring the cue ball down behind the 10-ball maybe. I think this is what I'm actually trying to do. Or I can just play the 6-ball straight into the rail and send the 6 ball down to the short rail next to the 10 ball. So a lot of options. That's why I'm taking my time. And I remember what will happen here. So you will see that in a minute. Good news is I'm always having my extension. I think I have to use the mechanical bridge like I think once every month because I'm that tall, and I'm also able to play with my weak arm a bit. So yeah, let's see what I'm doing. I think my plan is to graze the 6 ball fin, send it towards the 8 ball, just leave it as closely as possible to where it is, bring the cue ball down. But as you can see, I missed the 6 ball completely, and luckily I made it into the side pocket, otherwise it would have been a foul. The good news is I didn't leave a shot for Pia, so just a bank shot, but this was really a huge chance in the match. Could have made it 4-2 if I played a good safety and won the safety battle. And now she is in control. That's the problem. She could either play the bank shot, make it. She could play a safety shot. So she's in control. And this is a huge problem here. So she's going for that bank shot. And of course, she makes it. So great position on the 8 ball. And now she's on a great way to make it 3-3. So a really, really close match so far with some minor mistakes so far on both sides. I mean, this one was unforgivable because, as I mentioned, 4-2 would have been really great with my own break, but now she's going to make it even probably. Yeah, I think we have only one 10-foot table here in Germany in Butter Bar and Billiards in Berlin. I think this is the only 10-foot table we have here. And there is one in Salzburg, Kugelrund in Austria. I've actually played a small tournament there. It's really amazing to play on a 10-foot table. If I had the space, I would actually get a 10-foot table in my basement, a snooker table, a Chinese 8-ball, and a regular 9-foot pool table. This would have been amazing, but yeah, space is limited here in my apartment, so this is probably not going to happen soon. What jump cue am I using? I'm using the Mass Air Drive 2 at the moment for I think 1 year now. Yeah, and when I'm having a bit of longer jumps, then I'm using my break cue, the Mass Power Break G, because this is really good cue to jump, to make long jump shots. So yeah. Okay, let's have a look at her break. And she made a ball on the break. She doesn't have a clear shot on the 1 ball. So I think I'm probably going to be faced with another safety here afterwards. I think the most obvious thing would be to just graze the 1 ball on the left side and just send the cue ball 2 rails around behind the 2 and the 8 ball. This is probably what she's going to do. Of course, she's taking her time, even if she made the decision probably after the first second that you saw it, but you gotta keep your time to visualize the whole shot, to feel the shot, to prepare the shot. And she even, I think, put the 2 ball in a bit better position, that it's now makeable into the corner pocket. Here, what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to kick the 1 ball to the short rail. Problem is the cue ball is going to probably travel into the same direction. I think I'm going to call the 1 ball into the side pocket, yeah. As you can see, calling it into the side pocket. Always call a ball in 10 ball. And then let's see, I think I don't have any other path available than this 1 rail path, which are for me one of the most difficult rail first shots, the 1 rail shots, because the more rails you're using, the more you have the self-correcting angles. And I hit it actually perfect, kicked the 1 ball perfectly to the short rail. Well, it's not unlucky, but could have easily got the 10 ball or the 5 ball in between the cue ball and the 1 ball. But I made a good hit, so I'm still in the game. Avoided the foul and didn't leave her a clear shot. My Fargo rating, I have no idea. I have played in the Derby City Classics in 2022, and I lost my first 2 matches. So those are probably the only Fargo rated matches I have ever played. So I would assume that my Fargo rating is not that good, because we don't have a rating system here in Germany. People are always surprised when I tell them that we don't have any rating system. We're not playing with handicap here or something like that. So yeah, just look for my name on the Fargo website and you will probably see a really bad Fargo rating there. All right, left a rail first shot for Pia. I think she called the free ball into the side pocket and she made it. So amazing shot, even has a position on the 1 ball. But just because I hit a bit too soft, if I would have hit a bit harder, I would not have left this 1 rail kick shot for the 1 onto the free ball into the side. So you could say she made a great shot, but I gave her the opportunity to make this great shot. And another really good shot afterwards, and now she's almost in position. Problem here is the cue ball will probably or certainly travel towards the 8 ball, hit the 8 ball. So she has to find a way to get a position on that 4 ball. Now the big question is the 4 ball right next to the 10 ball or right next to the 6 ball? We will probably see after this shot. And it looks to me the 4 ball is the one next to the 10 ball. Okay. The other way around would be a bit easier, because now she is traveling into that 10 ball, which makes things a bit more uncontrollable. So let's see what she comes up with here. So I would probably say use a bit of left spin, go into the 10 ball. With the left spin, avoid that 7 ball, bring the cue ball to the center of the table, if that's available. Let's see what she's doing. Oh, she played it with no spin or a touch of inside spin, and she left the 10 ball in between. This is to be fair really unlucky. I mean, she has a great angle on that 5 ball. And we're going to see her second jump shot of the match. Yeah, this is the correct shot in this case, because you have a good chance to make it and to have a position on the 6 ball. You're far away from the 10 ball. I would probably, by the way, jump this shot with my break cue, with my full length cue, because I'm just that far away from the 10 ball and I don't even have to jump the full ball. So let's see. And 2 out of 2 jump shots so far successfully played. So amazing. She didn't get a position on the 6 ball. That's the bad news. But I'm sure she will come up with a good safety. Probably just bring the cue ball behind that 8 ball. Grace that 6 ball fin. Go 1, 2, 3 rails. Just freeze me probably behind that 8 ball. So as long as you're staying in control, that's the most important thing. You don't want to do anything crazy, miss some shots. If you're not sure to make the ball, just play safety, and she played a really great safety. Well, the good news here is that I can basically play the same route with the cue ball. Just go 1, 2, 3 rails, kick the 6 ball from behind, send it, between, as you can see, the 10 ball and the side pocket. That way, the 6 ball will again go to the short rail, and the cue ball will stay up table, which offers a safety, maybe even with the 7 ball as a blocker. Of course, I'm going to call the 6 ball into the side pocket, because if I misjudge this kick shot and I accidentally make that 6 ball, I would love to have called that one and continue my run, because I'm very likely to have a shot on the 7 ball or see the 7 ball. So for the 3rd time and last time in this live stream, I promise, always call a ball in 10 ball. So this is basically a really, really natural shot. It's not that difficult to calculate, but I remember in the last moment I decided to hit this ball a bit harder than I've intended to. And what happens? The angle will shallow. I missed the 6 ball, or I hit the 6 ball on the wrong side, just grazed it thin. Cue ball goes into the side pocket. You could say this is unlucky, but it wasn't unlucky because I just hit a terrible spot on the 6 ball, so I probably deserved that scratch into the side pocket because I didn't hit the part on the 6 ball that was safe to guarantee me a resave. Hey John, yeah, I'm actually playing a lot more matches than you see on YouTube or Facebook or any of my social media platforms. I'm just not recording any of those. Here we were lucky that Real Life did a live stream for that one and has uploaded this video on the channel. I'm not actively recording my matches. I don't want to put any more pressure on myself. That's the one thing. And the other thing is people don't always want to have their matches recorded, so I'm not asking them. But I'm playing, local tournaments and would love to play bigger ones. Maybe at the Derby City Classic I'm going to record something. Maybe I will play at the TV table. Who knows? Going to be really interesting. Hey Kenji, yeah, thank you. By the way, yes, my name is Andre Greensmoke. Sharivari is not my first name. Let's answer a couple of questions from the chat. While Pia is probably going to make that 10 ball after her good safety and good jump shot. So really well played by her, this rack. So yeah, my first name is Andre and Sharivari is just my nickname since... Oh, I didn't remember that one. She missed the 10 ball, but she didn't leave an open shot on the 10 ball. So I'm going to talk about my nickname real quick, but just let's have a look at what happens now. So she missed the 10 ball. I could either try to cut it in, which is really thin, but it's cuttable, it's doable. I could also play the bank shot, which I'm calling. Or of course I could play a safety. This means split the 10 ball into cue ball to the right long rail, 10 ball to the left hand long rail. But then I leave her probably the same safety shot, so she will bring the 10 ball to the short rail where it is, the cue ball to the other short rail, or she's going to bank the ball into the side pocket. That's why I decided to give the bank shot a go. And I missed it a bit thick and just left the 10 ball hanging in front of the corner pocket. So this was really a huge ball. It really hurts a bit to see this now for the very first time that I missed that 10 ball. She's an easy shot and goes up for free. So getting back to your questions, Sharivari is my nickname since I am 13 years old, so already for 20 years. That I'm called Sharivari. It's nothing special. I just needed a nickname or an email address for my very first internet account. And my mother was actually sitting next to me and she was suggesting, hey, call yourself Sharivari. And I was thinking, well, that actually sounds pretty cool. So I named myself Sharivari. And since then, I'm just Shari or Sharivari or Sharivari, how you pronounce it in the US. So That's just my nickname. That's what it is. I think Sharivari is also a part of a clothing of traditional Bavarian clothing here in Germany or in Bavaria because I'm living in Bavaria near to Munich. So that's the whole thing with Sharivari. Okay, let's have a look at the match once again. So 4-3 in favor of Pia Filler in a race to 8. Last 64. The Drei Open in Sindelfingen. Yeah, really nice break. Made both of the balls into the side pocket, left the 1 ball hanging in front of the side pocket. Wide open table, no real issues. The only issue is we can't distinguish the 4, 5 and 7, but here I think the 4 ball is on the right hand side of the 10 ball. 5 ball is the one she's shooting next to the 1 ball. And I think the most important thing here is that she gets straightish on that 3 ball, that she doesn't go away from that 4 ball in any side. So she's probably just going to draw a bit back. I think that's what she has to do. And then when she has a nice position on that 3 ball, it should probably be over because to be honest, she's playing strong. She's already made a break and run, pulled off some good shots. Of course, she made some mistakes on difficult shots, but I think she's very capable of running this one out. And suddenly, it's 4-3. She has the option to play another break and run and can go up 5-3. If I would have made that 10 ball, it's 4-3 in favor of me, and I have the chance to break and run. So another of those key shots in this matches was probably this banked 10 ball. Hey man, appreciate it. Oh, I can't pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to call you Amda. So appreciate it. Hope my videos are helping. Is Schickling German for green smoke? I have no idea what green smoke is. Schickling is just doesn't have any meaning. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, Joshua was actually there. I think he's playing in the top left of the screen. You can see the other table. So he didn't support her actively. He watched, I think, the last couple of racks of our match. But right now, I think he's playing at the table that you're seeing in the top. Hey, Bivarzi, really appreciate it. I'm glad that my videos are helping. Oh, it's really difficult to keep an eye on the chat. I would love to answer all of your questions, but at the same time, I just want to talk you through what happens on the table. She made a great shot here, had to force the cue ball just a bit too hard, but this happens when you can't roll the cue ball in, so always try to give yourself natural angles. A lot of angle where you can just support the cue ball path with a bit of spin, a bit of low high. Here she really had to power it to really force it. That's why she is a bit out of position, but I think this is still doable. She can't do a lot with the cue ball here, so probably just going to roll it in, bring the cue ball around a couple of rails. You didn't find me on the Fargo app? Okay, then I probably don't have a Fargo rating yet, but maybe after the Derby City Classic this year. All right, please send me a video of your hamster after you taught him how to play 9-ball. That's great. Hey guys, I really appreciate that all of you are here. Really, from the bottom of my heart, it really means a lot to me. I was actually I didn't know how many people will watch the stream if people are actually interested in, but I'm doing my best to make this as entertaining as possible for you. And ooh, that was close. She almost missed that one. But now she has a nice position into the side pocket again, going a bit away from the 10 ball. So this was initially a pretty easy rack, but she got just out of position once, and now she's trying to get into the position again. She still has always doable shots, but it's not pinpoint position yet. This, however, should be very natural. 3 rails, 1, 2, 3, center of the table. Just give yourself an angle that you are able to go to the other side. Again, she's a bit in between, a bit too much angle. Is she able to just roll it in? Is she going even to short side position? Because then the cue ball is going to travel a longer path. So maybe she uses some left spin, rolls it in, goes to short side position. Because as I mentioned, the cue ball has a bit of a longer path to roll, so you can actually give yourself the chance to have a straight in 10 ball on the short side. Oh, hey, really appreciate your donation. Huge thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your donation, Yoshi. As I mentioned, that's what she did. Just a bit too thin, maybe just a bit too little spin. And now she has, again, a really difficult shot. So she didn't get into position yet, but if she makes the 10 ball, she really fought hard to run this rack and make it 5-3. And this is a really, really important 10 ball. If she makes it, she goes up 5-3. If not, yes, she made it. Of course, I remember that she made it. It was a bit thin, but she made it. And think my last shot was the bank shot that I missed. Could have made it 4-4, maybe broken run. Now I'm behind 3-5. So yeah, intense match so far, intense match. I made a couple mistakes, yes, some safety errors, some kick shot errors. But yeah, I think the level of play is pretty solid in this match so far. Yeah, of course I watch snooker. I think I watch snooker since I'm 10 years old. I just love snooker. Watched it with my dad, even with my grandma when I was visiting at the weekends. And yeah, I love Ronnie. Ronnie is my favorite player, and I still watch snooker up to this day. And I also play some snooker. I think I have in this 30 secret video pack that I've advertised the whole December and still advertising. I think there is one video of me playing snooker. I don't want to use this space right here to advertise, but in case you want to get 30 secret videos that were never published before on my YouTube channel, just on Patreon. So you could either go to Patreon, pay $3 a month and get access to all of those videos, or get my video pack on Teespring. The link is, I think, in some of my video descriptions. Not on this one, I think, but in other videos. Okay, so we missed. I completely missed what happened again. So she broke. We have 5, 10 balls on the table, so probably she didn't make a ball, and it's my turn. Yeah, that's how it is, I think. That's a 9-foot table. We just play on 9-foot tables here in Germany. We barely have any bar tables, just maybe in a small pub or something like that. We just have one 10-foot table, as I told you before. So everything that you're seeing from Germany is on a 9-foot table. Yeah, US Open would be great to play in. Would love to go there. Yeah, I watched all of Jet Trump's matches. He didn't do too bad, but I knew that it's going to be really tough for a snooker player to get far in a tournament like the US Open with all the pros, because snooker and pool, it's a big topic. We don't want to discuss the differences, because snooker and pool and what is more difficult, but it's a total different game. So it's really, really difficult for a snooker player to win a pool tournament, and vice versa, of course. Yeah, she is definitely considered a pro player, and she's really, really playing great. And you can see another great safety here. Brought the one ball again into a spot where even if I'm seeing that one ball, I can't make the one ball into any pocket directly, and she even brought the 8 ball in between. So I'm going to kick one rail at the one ball. Of course, I'm calling it into the corner pocket. Hopefully, if I'm not making it, I'm getting safe, but the most important thing is to actually make contact with the one ball first of all. Difficult from the rail, just a bit of unintentional spin, a bit too hard, a bit too soft, and you're missing the ball, just as I did. Just was a tiny bit, but I missed it and I gave a ball in hand. And this is now really horrible. We have another open layout, and she can even make it 6-3 now. So I don't know. Did I get a chance yet besides that bank shot after 3-3? I don't think so. I don't think so. So she's really putting pressure on me so far, and if she continues to play like that, this match is going to end really, really soon. We will see. I know, but I'm not going to tell you what happens. So 1 to the 2 ball is a bit tricky because we have that 4 ball, which is probably blocking a bit of the area, the position area. So she has to be really precise. Has to pass the 8 ball closely, I think. 2 rails. Oh, she's going all the way to the other side. This was played clever. She gave herself more room, made sure to definitely not snooker herself. Now it's a bit too much angle on the 2 ball. Can she just roll this ball in and get back into the position? In the last rack, she got out of position really soon at the beginning of the rack, but she still managed to run the whole rack. So let's see what she's doing here. Just rolling it in. And has a nice position for the free ball, which is probably the one in front of the side pocket. But again, it's not prime position. It's not prime position. She still has to work her way through this rack here. Mike Oruska, hey, nice to meet you too at the cup. To be fair, I don't remember your face to the name, but I met so many people. But it was, by the way, I was at the Moscone Cup this year, if you didn't know, and I met so many amazing people who told me that they're enjoying my videos. We took a lot of pictures together, so it was really, really amazing to meet all of you. So really appreciate it. And thanks for the sub on Patreon, by the way. This is this amazing, really, really huge thank you, man. Okay, here she made a bit of a mistake. Her plan was to actually leave that 4 ball in front of the side pocket, but she hit the right part of that 9 ball. You could have also played it in a way that the 4 ball travels a bit further and comes out so that you can play the 4 ball into the lower right corner pocket. This is probably what I would have done, because then I can avoid that something like this happens, and I just have a bit more margin for the 4 ball and the cue ball. So she has to play a kick shot. She makes it, but she leaves finally an open shot for me again. So after this one bank shot that I had, I finally have an open shot, and this is now the time. I just have to run this out, which is very runnable, to be honest, but I just have to run this out now to keep myself in the game and have a chance to actually win this match. So here, right or just low right, just trying to go into the line of that 5 ball, just 1, 2 rails. You can see, nice path. Straight would have been ideal, but this is still fine. Oh, hey, thanks a lot for the donation, CJB. Shari, I'm redesigning the pool glove. Going to send you a few and ask for your feedback. Is this okay? Whose glove are you wearing in the video? Yeah, of course. You could just contact me through Facebook, Instagram, or my email. Just go to my website, sharivari.net. And yeah, we could do this. Send me some gloves or one glove and I give you some feedback. In the video, I'm not too sure. I think I either wear a Kamui glove or a mask glove. I have both of those. I like both of those equally, so I can't really remember. I think this looks like a Kamui glove here. Yeah. But of course, we could do that. Sure. Yeah, it's difficult with the ball set, and it's really hard to distinguish. But I'm trying to, whenever we see the 4 and 5 and 7, I'm trying to talk you through which ball is which, because I have a bit in mind how the balls were spread, because this was like 2-3 weeks ago, so I can remember some of the shots. So here I took my chance, have a nice shot on the 8 ball. I could, of course, try to go all around, play the 10 ball into the lower left or upper left corner pocket, but I decide just don't want to move the cue ball a lot, go to short side and have a really nice shot on the 10 ball. So a really, really important rack to keep myself in the match here. When will you open more video spots on Patreon? Yeah, I know they're sold out at the moment. The problem is I just don't have a lot of time to do one-on-one coaching lessons via video, because there is so much stuff that is going on with my videos, with my real life group of people that I'm coaching, with my own practice, because I think someone told you I'm playing in the German Bundesliga, so I have to practice pool also, not just coach people, and there are so many projects and things that are going on that I just don't have a lot of time for one-on-one lessons. I think there are 5 spots, or 3 spots even, so just keep an eye on Patreon on this one-on-one coaching tier. If you happen to be at the Derby City Classic, I'm offering coaching sessions there. Yeah, it's a vacation for me, just going to play a bit there, have some fun, but I just wanted to give some of you guys the opportunity to have private lessons with me. So if you see me at the Derby City Classic, if you want some private lessons, just talk to me. And by the way, if you see me at the Derby and you don't want to have private lessons and just want to talk with me or take a picture or whatever, just feel free, come up, talk with me. I'm really happy when I'm meeting you guys and talking to you guys because it's just amazing to get all of your feedback. You have to imagine I'm sitting here in my, by the way, a good break, have an opening shot, so a good chance to make it 5-5. By the way, so I'm sitting here, you have to imagine, I'm doing all of my videos, millions of people on all my platforms are watching my videos, but I don't really feel that way. I just see the numbers, but it's really difficult to grasp all the numbers because all I'm doing is sitting in my apartment, recording videos, sitting like 10, 15 hours on the computer and just publishing those videos. Then of course I get some views, I get some nice comments, but actually being out there like on the Mosconi Cup and talking to all of you really keeps me motivated to do this because it shows me that the view count under my videos are not just numbers, it's real people that I'm really helping with the game, and this is really the initial thing that made me start doing those videos to help people improve the game, and it's just amazing. So long story short, if you see me at the Derby, if you want to talk to me, just come over. I'm happy to every one of you who is coming over and talks with me, and yeah, can take some pictures, play a rack together, you will see. Okay, back to the rack. I bumped into a ball, but I have a shot on the 2-ball. The problem is, do I want to just bump into that 4-ball next to the 10 and give myself a bit of a longer shot? What was going through my mind is actually bump into the 4-ball, bring the 4-ball in front of the corner pocket. That way I can just play a stop shot on the 3-ball, or I'm hitting really hard and stunning the ball over to the left and just going one rail and give myself an easier shot on the 3-ball. And that's what I did. By the way, YouTube is showing me that smooth streaming is not working at this moment, so just let me know if it's actually not working. But all right, so made the 3-ball. We're on a good way actually to make a break and run. This would be a really good answer to Pia to make it 5-5. Working. Thanks, Patrick. So here, not ideal. The good news is I don't have to do anything with the cue ball, just roll it in. But it's a bit of a tester. You can easily choke on that shot because you want to throw it in, or because you're hitting too thick, because you're not finishing your stroke. So let's have a look. On my stroke here, I think I was, yeah, you can see the movement of the cue to the right. So I was feeling the pressure here on that shot, but I gave myself a nice position on the 7-ball, just going one rail out, center of the table, playing the 8-ball into the same pocket. Of course, I could play for the short position, but the room on the other side by playing the 8-ball into the same pocket for me is just a bit bigger. I don't have to hold the cue ball. I can stroke it normally. That's why I'm trying to play the 8-ball into the same corner pocket. And the table was really fast, so I didn't like to hold balls. So this was a lot easier. Here, just have to draw a bit back. Don't overdo it. If the cue ball ends a bit closer to the 10-ball like it is right now, I already have a nice shot on the 10-ball. If I overdrawing the cue ball and I'm ending on the short rail, like on Pia's, I think third 10-ball and the third rack or something like that, then it's really difficult. So don't do too much. You can see I'm not ending close to the rail. I'm having a nice shot on the 10-ball and perfect response after her rail first shot. Took my chance and responded with a run out and a break and run, and now it's 5-5. So it's a race to 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get exciting. There was one small lag. I think now YouTube tells me the connection is excellent. So I think everything should work now. Oh, by the way, it's really exhausting to talk all the time. I don't know how far we are in the stream, but I'm really feeling it already. Yes, I'm playing 8-ball. Not in the league. In the league, I'm mainly playing 10 ball and 9 ball, just more of a rotation player. But the thing is, we barely have any 8 ball tournaments here. Of course, we have some. There was actually one last week, but I was at a different tournament, which I, by the way, won. Not a big one, but yeah, won another tournament. And I played 8 ball when I started playing pool because I didn't know any other game. So I was mainly playing 8 ball, even with the rules where you have to shoot the 8 ball into the opposite corner or into the opposite pocket. But since I've discovered 10 ball and 9 ball, I'm just playing 9 ball and 10 ball mainly. All right, so yeah, this could have been a lot better if the cue ball was a bit more at the center of the table. Now I don't have a shot on that 1 ball, so I have to push. And it's really a difficult situation to push because everything that is up table leaves either a clear shot onto the 1 ball or a rail first shot on the 1 ball where you can make it, or maybe even a jump shot. So I'm trying to leave the cue ball down here and just bring myself into a position where I can play a nice safety. So my plan is to bring the cue ball into a position where it's not too easy to play that safety. So you can see I'm probably bringing the cue ball towards that rail to take a bit of space off the cue ball. And you can see the free ball is also blocking a bit of the natural path if you're making a half ball hit on the 1 ball to send it down table to the short rail. You can see not the easiest safeties. Of course, I could just bring the 1 ball towards the 7 ball that is at the center of the short rail and don't worry about the cue ball, but then I give herself the opportunity to come up with a better safety. And yeah, that's probably what she was thinking, that this gives me an advantage, so she left me with this shot. However, I had something in mind here to first of all bring the cue ball, bring the 1 ball towards that 7 ball. And you can see I'm lining it up, bring the cue ball, behind that 8 ball. So this is a very natural path. I have to be a bit careful with the side pocket, but if this works out, I give myself a really, really nice chance to actually force a foul. And this was executed to perfection, one of the few shots. And I really put herself under some pressure here because now it's 5-5. She hasn't been to the table since 2 games already. And now she is the one who has to kick at the ball. So yeah, she has to make contact, maybe call the 1 ball into the corner pocket right next to the 5, which is the most obvious pocket. But we will see what she's doing. Yeah, she's calling it into here. Second call. Okay, sweaty hands. Yeah, that's difficult. Yeah, I also have some sweaty hands. I used some powder back then, but this makes the table dirty. So just wearing a high quality glove, and this pretty much does the job, cleaning my shaft now and then. And yeah. Oh, this was, by the way, a really good kick shot. She almost made that 1 ball into this corner pocket. The good news for me is she left a shot on that 1 ball. The problem is I have to hit the right spot on a 1 ball to bring the cue ball down, and I remember the mistake that I will make in a minute because I was thinking, well, better not miss the 1 ball too thin. And what happens? Big question. What happens if you're thinking about I shouldn't miss that too thin? You either miss it too thin because you're thinking showing your brain the wrong image, but instead I overcompensated and I hit this 1 ball way too thick. This is why the cue ball didn't have any energy left and I don't have a position on the 1 ball. So I gave myself a really good chance by playing this great safety shot after the push out, and now I'm not taking advantage of this chance. But the good news is, don't get me wrong, we are still in control. This is the good news. What I'm trying to do here is I'm actually calling the 2 ball into the corner pocket right next to the 6 ball. You can see where my hand is, and my plan is to actually undercut that 2 ball. So missing on the pro side, because that way, what happens with the 2-ball? It goes into the short rail, it goes behind the 6-ball, and the cue ball should come 2 rails into the area where it is right now. You can see me lining it up. The only thing I shouldn't do is hit the 2-ball too thick, because then the cue ball will scratch. So this comes a bit with danger, to be fair. But I just was feeling this kind of shot. Even if it's maybe not the textbook shot, maybe not the right shot, but I actually played it really well. 2-ball is behind that 6-ball, and we have a really, really nice position. So this is really difficult to kick at. And the 10-ball is blocking a bit of the path. Otherwise, it would have been more doable. But she comes up. By the way, this is, as I mentioned, a really important rack at this stage. We are at 5-5, 6-5. Whoever gets to 6 first has the chance to break for getting on the hill. So really, really, really important rack here. Hey Brandon, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, Tor Lorry, actually, believe it or not, is one of the, I think the first guy that I watched instructional videos of on YouTube, and he really helped me a lot with my game back then. I used to binge watch his videos and his lessons, and he actually inspired me a bit to do my own videos. So yeah, of course, Niels also delivers great content. He's doing a great job. I think out of the pros, he's my favorite who's doing instructional videos. Also Carl Boyce, so a bit more funny and entertaining. So yeah, a lot of good things, good stuff happening on the pool YouTube area. Pia Filler is not related to Joshua Filler. She is actually his wife. So I gave myself another chance with that good safety, but see, look guys, what I did here. Again, I'm feeling the pressure. Again, I had ball in hand, and I completely messed up the position on that free ball because I got too short. I mean, this is very doable, but you have to consider where the 4-ball is. You can see the 4-ball has still no pocket. I only have a bank shot on the 4-ball. That's why, if the 4-ball was available in any pocket, I would of course play that free ball into the pocket, lower left corner pocket. But here, what I'm trying to do is to actually get that 5-ball out of the way and make space, make the pocket open for the 4-ball. But this is really a difficult shot. I have to even play it with inside spin. So yeah, I know what's going to come. You will see it in a minute. I hope I'm not spoiling too much with how I'm narrating you through this match. It's really difficult to commentate on a match that you played on your own, because most of the stuff, when I'm seeing it, I remember what happened. So I hope I'm not going to spoil you too much. You've missed me in Pfaffenhofen. Yeah. What happened in Pfaffen? Ah, in Münster, yeah, the 8-ball tournament. Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved to play both tournaments because I also enjoy Münster a lot. So yeah, but this is probably uninteresting for the majority of the people. But yeah, nice to see you here, by the way. And well, I missed that one, and now I gave Pia actually the chance to make it to 6-5 first. So yeah, had the chance 2 times. This was really the worst rack so far. And every other rack, I think we both took our chances on the very first try. And now 2 chances to actually run this one, and didn't use any of those. So if she runs out, I deserve it. There is yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, nice shot. She couldn't do anything else, to be fair. Just roll it in, give herself a bit of a more difficult shot on the 4-ball. But what do you want to do with the cue ball if you're close to the rail? So one more difficult shot. I think the 5-ball is the one on the right hand side, and the 7-ball is the one on the short rail. Very well done. Thanks, T-Man. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm slowly noticing that I'm getting more tired. and that I'm messing up the words more often because this is really exhausting. But I mean, the match should be over soon. So, okay, so this is interesting. This is actually not ideal because now, as I mentioned, you want to leave yourself enough angle. Now you don't have a lot. She doesn't have a lot of angle on that 6 ball. So now she has to force the cue ball. She either has to follow it and spin the cue ball around, or she has to punch it into the short rail and then draw the cue ball back. So the cue ball should have stopped a bit earlier. That way she gives herself a bit more angle and could have gone with inside spin all the way up table, probably to short side position. So now let's see what happens. So this requires a high quality stroke with a lot of rotation on the cue ball, which doesn't equal, by the way, power. This is very important. I made a video about this phenomenon a couple of weeks ago, that spin doesn't equal power. Power is part of the equation, but as you can see, she hit really hard, but the cue ball didn't do a lot. So yeah, timing is important, hitting the right spot on the cue ball is important. So now, interesting situation. What would you do now in this situation? It's 5-5. It's a race to 8. You're in that situation. Do you just play a safety? What kind of safety do you play? Do you go for the bank shot? Do you just split the balls, long rail? Give myself the option to play a bank shot or another safety. I personally would go for the bank shot here because I'm not too sure if I can actually play a really strong safety that is not risky. And with the bank shots, if I'm missing it on the pro side or on the short rail and hitting it with the right speed, I can actually leave the 7 ball and the cue ball in a difficult spot. Of course, I'm going all in for the bank shot if I'm doing it. I'm not thinking about I want to miss it on this side, because then I'm probably going to miss it. So yeah, pocket speed bank. Yeah, I would prefer to hit it a bit harder to not leave it in front of the pocket. But of course, the bank shot will be more likely to drop if you play it softer. But as you can see, first of all, this is the wrong side to miss and it's a bit too soft. So 7 ball in front of the pocket and I have the chance to make it 6-5. Yeah, I just love white shoes. That's true. I just have one pair of black shoes that I have to wear in the German Bundesliga, but apart from that, I love white shoes. Yeah, just look stylish. I don't know why. All right, bit of a tester here. Played it nicely. Not a tester regarding making the 7 ball, but bringing the cue ball into a nice position here. Maybe a bit too little angle, but I won't complain. I'm just not powering it in because I don't want 8 ball to rattle it out of the pocket. And we have a nice shot on the 10 ball. And I think if I'm making the 10 ball, it's the very first time in this match that I'm in front. Yeah, I always was behind and now it's 6-5. And I'm for the very first time and probably one of the best times to get in front and make it 6-5. So I think what I'm doing after I've racked the balls is this is actually when I'm taking my timeout. So we have a bit of time to talk actually. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Just feel free. I think I've missed a lot of your questions so far. So I'm really sorry that I can't answer everything. No, I'm not streaming on a regular basis. Oh yeah, you're right, Gus. I was in front 3-2. That's right. You can see, just watch the match with you and don't remember. Yeah, thanks for the correction. Very well spotted. No, I'm not streaming on a regular basis. This is the very first time that I'm actually streaming. But I will probably do it more often in the future because, to be fair, I'm enjoying it. I'm practicing. Oh yeah, when I was starting playing pool and like 5 years ago, I was really practicing a lot. Maybe around 3-4 days each day. But nowadays, if I'm practicing like 3-4 hours a week, that's already insane. That would be insane to really practice. Of course, I'm playing a lot, trying to play local tournaments, trying to play in the local club, playing some money matches, and just playing as much as I can. But when it comes to practice, I'm really a bit lazy. Well, I wouldn't call it lazy, but I'm not enjoying it anymore that much because I have just so much work, and if I have time for pool, I don't want to spend it all by myself in my apartment. I want to go out, play with some people, have some fun at the pool table. That's why I don't practice a lot. Before some tournaments, for example, for the derby, I practice some 9-ball with the break rules and the kitchen rule and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm practicing jump shots when I'm practicing, and mostly when I'm practicing, I'm working on my technique, cue ball control, fundamentals, and jump shot and the break. What was the question? Natural lefty. Yes, I'm a natural lefty. That's true, but I practice to play with my weak arm as well. So I already run a couple of racks with my weak arm as well in 9-ball. So this is a very good skill if you have that one. You can see now I'm back from the timeout, finally. Stream for straight pool, yeah, maybe stream some matches here at the basement, maybe do some live interactive lessons with you here on the stream where I'm wearing a mic, where I'm actually having a TV screen here on the wall, where I'm seeing your comments and can answer your questions on the pool table. I think this would be actually great to just do live interactive lessons with you, or maybe stream matches or stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do it in the future soon. Yeah, if I have the technique, because right now I'm just having you seeing me in my phone, sitting in the computer, and I have no chance to go to the table and talk you through what I'm doing. So this doesn't work at this moment. For cue ball speed control, just this one question, and we're going to focus on the match because this is a really important stage right now. She played a nice safety. Yeah, I don't really actively practice cue ball speed control. I'm just putting a chalk onto the table and trying to bring the cue ball exactly to this place. And the first thing I'm trying to do is to actually bring the cue ball exactly into the line of this piece of chalk, and then have a speed that I'm getting as close as possible to that piece of chalk. This is how I'm practicing my speed control. So no specific drills. Of course, there are some, like the center table drill that is somewhere on my YouTube channel in some video. And yeah, just I think the 5 most important shots in pool. If you look up this video, you see really a nice drill to practice your speed control and center table and cue ball control. Okay, back to the match. I'm sorry that I can't answer all your questions. You can see I hit low on that ball. It didn't really look, if I was just rolling that the cue ball and hitting high, I would have never hit that 1 ball, but I actually played low, that the cue ball actually drifts towards that 1 ball, so this shallows the angle. Also made a video about that. I think I made a video for almost everything at this point. But the problem is I gave her a chance, because I made contact, but I left the ball in front of the side pocket, and she has a really good chance to make it 6-6. So I don't really know what happened after the break, because I was looking at the chat, but I think I broke Drei. I mentioned before, could have broken a bit better in this match, and she just answered with a safety. Then I played this kick shot, and now it's her turn, and she has a good chance to make it 6-6. Pocket size, I don't know what the pocket size on this tournament was. I think it could even be 4.5, because pockets were pretty generous. Maybe 4.5. I don't know. Yeah, I see your questions about which cues I would recommend. The thing is, if there is one thing that I wouldn't say clueless, but that I'm interested the least in billiards and in pool, then it's material, then it's cues, because I just love to play the game, and I really didn't switch and try out many different cues. I didn't experiment with weight, with diameter and stuff like that. I just got one cue, one tip, the Kamui Brown medium tip that I'm using, and then I'm just playing with this cue. So I can't really tell you a good cue to start with for beginners. I think in the beginning, if you're an absolute beginner, just don't use a house cue, get your own cue. Where you can change your tip, where you can roughen up your tip, where you always have the same type of cue. Get something between $100 and $200, and this should be the job for the beginning. That's basically all I can tell you about cues, because I'm just not interested in cues. I just want to play. I just want to play. Okay, interesting. Pia did a bit of a mistake here. I can't really remember that situation, what happened here. Is she able to still cut it in? Does she want to play another safety, bring the cue ball behind the 10-8? 6 ball to the 9 ball probably. Yeah, so the cut is probably too difficult. Looks definitely like she's doing that. So the good news is the 9 ball is blocking the path for the 6 then, and you can actually use that 8 or the 10 ball as a blocker. Cue ball is close to the rail, so I have a chance here to actually go onto the hill. I think in this situation I couldn't hit the right part of the, so the left part from our perspective of the 6 ball. If I could have hit that left part of the 6 ball, I would have played a safety, but I just can't or couldn't. So what I'm lining up here is actually the combination shot, which is insanely difficult because the 6 and the 9 ball are far away. Look where the cue ball is, it's close to the rail. I have a really long way to go with the cue ball. Any spin on the cue ball will mess the shot completely up. But I didn't really see another good way to play the shot. Maybe, just maybe hit rail first. Raise the 6 ball or hit a half ball, and then the cue ball goes behind the 9 ball, but this is really difficult. And maybe just send the 6 ball next to the 9 ball to the short rail, but speed has to be good, so I'm lining up the combination and I completely messing it up. So yeah, that was just a difficult shot, and I'm not sure if it was the right decision. Probably have to watch that a couple more times. Just go to the table, try it out. This is also maybe interesting for you. If you're playing matches and you remember certain situations, just recreate the situation, try certain things out to see what you could have done better. And I think, is this makeable? Does she have a few on the 6 ball? Yes, you could easily see that, but I'm sitting in my chair thinking about, well, I really got lucky. I could actually get away with that. So it's her third jump in this match. And if she misses this could already be a really, really important shot that decides if I'm going to win or lose that match, or if she's going to win or lose that match. So a huge shot in this match is coming up. Okay, just lining it up. So far she made 2 out of 2 jumps. She can't make 3 in a row, can she? Of course she makes the jump shot. 3rd out of 3rd jump shot in a row. It's unbelievable. That's really a great quote. I told her that after the match, that her jumping quote is really amazing. So really, really huge job. I'm getting tired already. Huge shot. And she has a really nice position on the 8 ball to make it 6-6. So she really deserves to run those last remaining balls, because again, great jump shot. Oh, I see there is a huge discussion about cues in the chat room. So feel free to discuss about cues. I'm not going to tell you anything about that, because as I mentioned, cues is not my topic. So let's have a look what she does here. So just going to play low right, probably going to cross the line of the 10 ball. But this time she left herself a nice shot on the 10 ball. Not the easiest shot in the world, but also, as I mentioned before, a shot you just must make. But it's a huge shot. Of course, nerves can get in your way. You know, if you make it at 6-6, you're breaking. If not, your opponent is on the hill and can break and run for the match. But with her technique and her great fundamentals, this was no problem. And it's now 6-6. So now one of the most important racks of this match is coming up, because it decides who is going to be on the hill first and who's going to break on the hill first. So, huge match, huge rack coming up soon. Yeah, it matters. It actually matters a bit which cue you're using, because if you're just using a cheap cue, a cheap house cue, the cue maybe isn't straight. Maybe the ladder or the tip of the cue is just burn. It's just yeah, not really good. And if you have your own cue with a bit less deflection, maybe the game gets really a lot easier. So I would actually recommend to start with a low deflection cue, because then you don't have to change after playing for a couple of years. And I'm not a fan of changing all the time, low deflection, wood to carbon, changing diameters. In my opinion, the cue is an extension of your arm, and you shouldn't change your arm all the time. So just find something that feels right, maybe do some minor changes, do some minor experiments. Maybe there's something that fits you better, that's totally legit. But once you have something that you're really happy with, I wouldn't change too often or wouldn't experiment too much, because as I mentioned, the cue is an extension of your arm, and you just got to know what your cue is doing or what you can do with your cue. That's why I don't like to experiment or change my cues all the time. All right, so she played a good break here, has a chance, made it one ball, maybe a bit too thin, that's why the cue ball also traveled a bit further, but she has a clear shot on the 2-ball, and she actually has a really good chance to break and run another rack, and as I mentioned, a really, really important rack here. So yeah, it's getting intense. I'm sitting in my chair right now, hoping to find or to at least get a shot. I don't want an open shot, I just want to have any chance in this rack to maybe get a bit of lucky, create some chance for me. But if I'm looking at the rack, I know this is probably, yeah, she's probably going to run that one. I think, well, now she has to go down table to the 5-ball, from the 5-ball up table to the 6-ball, down to the 7-ball. So yeah, maybe there is something that can happen or it doesn't go her way. I think the key shot will be in this rack to get from the 6 to the 7, because if you have the wrong angle, you're going from the 7 into the 10-ball, and then it's a bit more difficult to control. But I'm just sitting there waiting and watching what she's doing. I'm not actually hoping for her to make any mistake or something like that. I'm just sitting there, being prepared, concentrating on my breathing, on my breath, to keep calm, to stay focused, stay in the moment, and just wait for my chance. That's all you can do in this situation. Yeah, by the way, if you were enjoying this video or this live stream, hit the like button, helps the video to get spread more across YouTube. So I would really appreciate that. Now, the key position, 7. And she has that wrong angle. So let's see what she's doing. I actually can't remember what happened from here, so this is going to be interesting. She's going to run into that 10-ball. If so, can you just go into the short rail and back towards the center of the table, or is she using some spin? Oh, okay. With a bit of left spin, you can actually go 2 rails out to the center of the table. This now was very dependent on speed control. I don't know if she planned for that, but it turned out perfectly. So a part of me actually died while I was watching this shot. She's still not out though. Yeah, she's a bit too straight, so she can't stun over for the 9-ball into the side pocket. All she can do is just roll it in and give herself a bit of a longer 9-ball. And I know she missed 2 long shots already in this match. So here, big shot coming up, really big shot. But of course, if you have a good technique, good fundamentals, all you need to concentrate on is pushing your cue forwards straight, pre-shot routine. Let's have a look what she's doing. And of course she played it perfect. So break and run to make it 7-6. And now I am under real pressure if she makes the 10-ball. All right, 7-6. We're almost through. And I'm really tired at this point. It's a really long session so far. Right now it's close to 2 a.m. in the morning here in Germany. So I'm getting right into bed after this match. You're very welcome, Jason. Nice to see you here. Okay, what's going to happen now? Can she finish this match with another break and run? Would I even upload a match where I'm losing? Would I do that? Will I win? Will I lose? What is going to happen? I know, but you will know in a couple of minutes. So let's see what happens after the break. Okay, not a bad one, but she didn't make a ball. So now I'm in a really interesting situation. It's 7-6. I can't afford any mistakes. I know she's good at jumping. She made 3 out of 3 jump shots. Do I have an easy safety? Do I have an offensive shot? At this point of the match, I was actually feeling like I can actually make any ball that is makeable, because I'm really was feeling well with actually making shots. The pockets were big. We were playing for already 90 minutes. I wasn't that much under pressure like in the beginning. I was feeling good. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm actually trying to make the 1-ball and then get position for the 2-ball into the side pocket right next to the 9-ball. I was actually thinking if I'm missing that 1-ball, too thick or too thin, I will have a huge block of balls, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 7, to actually have a blocker. I made that 1-ball, and if the cue ball would have stopped a bit earlier, I would have had a nice position on the 2-ball into the side or hit the rail before, and I would have had a good chance to make it 7-7, but I actually scratched on that shot. So worst case scenario, and now can Pia Filler run the last remaining balls and win this match? We will see. That's great, Peter. Enjoy your practice. So, where are the difficulties in this rack? Well, from the 2 to the 3 ball, you just has to follow. Now the big question is, what is the 5 ball, what is the 4 ball? I think the 4 ball is right next to the 10 ball. And I think with this angle is perfect to just follow. 1 rail to the 4 ball. And I don't see any real problems in this rack anymore. From the 4 to the 5, yeah, this is pretty runnable. This is pretty runnable. On my stream table or on the table that you're watching right now. So my table is, I think, 4 1/4, and this one is 4 1/2, I think, but I'm not sure. On my personal table here, I like to have bigger pockets because I'm doing yeah, I'm not using this a whole lot for practice. If I'm practicing, I'm actually going to our local pool club because Ralph Souquet is actually practicing at the same club, and he has a table with really, really tight pockets, I think 4-inch. And the club is really old, so if you want to practice shot making on tight pockets, this is the table you have to go to where Ralph practices. And this is just for videos, so I want to have it a bit easier, that I don't have to record difficult drills over and over again to have a couple of balls more drop into the pocket. Well, the color change, big topic, 4 and 5 ball. I like it because imagine you have never watched pool and you have no idea that the 4 ball was purple all the time. Then it's really a lot easier to distinguish the balls. It's the same problem here in this video. It's horrible to distinguish the difference of the balls. So for the old players, it's difficult to get used to this new kind of colors. But I think from a perspective of someone who has never watched pool, it's the right choice because it's easier to see the difference of the balls. From the 4 to the 5, then from the Sharivari to the bat. That's a good one. Okay, so she just rolls that 7 ball in, and now she's on a really, really good way to make it 8-6. Can anything happen from here? I think the only thing that can go wrong is if she gets too short and has to go all around the table on that from the 9 to the 10. But the position area to have the right angle on a 9 ball is just so huge. You basically can be everywhere on the right side. So it's really difficult to not get the right angle here. And I think she did get the right angle. So this could be over. Was really, really a tough match, a close match. I made some mistakes. Watching this really, really hurts. And even sharing this with you that I lost the match really hurts. But I mean, that's the game. She played great. I played okay. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's the game. But I really enjoyed this game, and really nice. As I mentioned, Pia is a great player. Really nice to watch, and really nice to play against her. And yeah, I lost this one. Would have been, as I mentioned, amazing because afterwards Pia played against Francisco Bustamante, who is one of my heroes, to be honest. Watched him really a lot, so that would have been great. A lot of people watching this match between those two afterwards. So yeah, it hurts. It hurts. But I mean, it's okay. At least we have had a bit of fun together and watched a bit of pool together. So yeah. By the way, Dime Piece, huge thank you for the donation. Thank you for giving something back. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. And yeah, I think, should we end it here? I think that's fine. For everyone who didn't get an answer to a question, maybe in the next live stream, was just really a lot to do with the commentary and the live chat. But I appreciate every single one of you. And I wish you a good evening, a good day, and we're going to end that here if I find out how this is going to work. See you soon on my next video. There is something going to come with Christina Kiki Grimm, if you remember her from a couple of videos that I posted with her. So this is going to be some of the next videos. Remember, we will probably meet at the Derby City Classic, talk to me, get some lessons, and that's it for today. So thanks for watching, guys. And as always, see you at the next lesson. Take care.